Hey guys, Majin Obama here, and this is going to be the first episode of a series that I'm going to call Fighting Jamz, something like that. Anyway, I started playing Blazblue again. I tried to learn Mai recently, and I realized every time I was hopping into game with her, and you have to pick a song, I was going through the list of music in this game, and I was like, man, this is a really solid soundtrack. So I did a little experiment. If you got to pick 6 songs, which ones are you going to pick? And I think this idea, right, where I have to look at, there's probably like 20 songs I can pick, right? But I gotta pick 6. And so my 6 are gonna be different from your 6. Doesn't mean they're bad. It just, that's how strong the soundtrack is. That's when you know you got a really good soundtrack. When 2 or 3 different people can pick 6, they can be completely different picks, but they're all aces. And so I had to think like, man, what are 6 that I just like can't do it? You know, if I gotta pick a squad, this is my 6. First one, and mind you, I tried to stick to the battle themes, but the truth is, there's some credit songs, there's some openings, there's all kinds of music in this game series. But my first pick, I gotta say Condemnation Wings. I prefer the first version, but both versions are good. There's 2 versions. I wish we could do some kind of like fusion between them, but specifically that repeating pattern at the beginning. Anytime I hear that, I think Blazblue. Like, it's awesome as a battle theme, but it's just like that little jingle that she has. It's so good, man. It's like an earworm too. You can't forget it. My next pick, I gotta say science fiction. Even though this character brought a sense of doom to the game when she dropped, especially because it felt like there was a period where the balance of the game felt really good, and then she dropped and it just messed everything up. But her song is awesome, man. It's like, there's nothing even really specific that stands out about it. It's just a really pleasant listen to. It's just like builds up over time, and it's just like, it's something you can put on and study. You can throw it on in the background of a fight and it works. It's like an all-purpose song. It's just a good song, man. Just listen. Next pick, I gotta, this was hard, man. This is really hard, but it's gotta be Conciliation. This is a crossover collab song, I think, from X-Blaze, right? It takes some inspiration from, Blazblue is a weird series, man. Don't look up the story. It's like, it's some anime Mortal Kombat shit. Don't look up what her name is either. But S's theme is, even though she's a later edition, and this is a collab song from her X-Blaze, the series that she's from, this is one of the best tracks in the game. It's gotta be. It's too good. Just take a listen, man. It's awesome. It works really well for fighting, background music. It's just an awesome song, man. The melody is almost like an earworm too. It's something that you hear once and you'll immediately be, it's not one that it took me a long time to come around to. You know, it's like from the first time I heard you hear it, you're like, this is a good one. This is a good one. And like I said, you can play it in a number of different environments. I'm not really somebody who tries to listen to too much, you know, game music in normal settings or whatever, but this one's good. Just enjoy it. It's a great song. Next song I'm gonna put on my list is Stand Unrivaled Jubei's theme. This is another late edition in BBCF. Man, it's got super long startup. You gotta give it time, but this shit cooks. And it's the combination of Japanese instruments in the background too, the shamisen, the vocals. I mean, just listen to it. It perfectly encapsulates like Jubei's angle too, you know, like obviously homage to lots of that kind of like wandering samurai kind of character, and there's lots of like references in there as well. But man, this character is, they nailed it with the theme. Just take a listen. My next song, and it's on the same tone with the vocals. It's another vocal track, man. Sword of Doom 2. The second version, to me, is where they dig even deeper into the vocals, and she lays into it, and it sells the hell out this song. First version, I wasn't too keen on, but the second version, to me, it took me a while to really like get into it. And even the other thing too is the lyrics. The lyrics are like are really good too. If you go look them up. But Sword of Doom 2 is another song where it's like, that's Blazblue to me. And this brings me to my last pick. It had to be done. It's just too good, man. It's personal bias as well. This was a character I played early on in the series, and even though he's a bit of a joke, there's something about this song that just makes you want to be better, man. Repu 1. This track is too good, man. I like it better than the second version, but there's something about it. It makes you want to be better, man. It makes you feel like a damn hero. Great for putting on in the background to fight, but also it's just a pleasant listen to anyway, man. It gets you feeling something, you know. And that's something with a lot of the OST here too. Is like, it's evocative. It will make you feel something, and that's when it comes to fighting game music. That's the best you can. I mean, what more could you ask for? If the music alone gets me ready to play the game, that's a dub. If I take the music out the game and go into the real world and listen to it, and it still makes me feel something, that says something. And so that's my 6 picks. I'm not saying they're the best songs of all in the sound. Far from it. I mean, like I said, I could have easily picked 20 songs. Easily. And I'm punching myself that I left some off. But that speaks to the strength of the soundtrack of this game. This series has delivered so much. During Arc System Works, in my mind, their prime, where they were just delivering some bangers in terms of music. And with Blazblue, I feel like the series identity, music-wise, it has some range, but not nearly as much range as maybe say compared to maybe like a Melty Blood or something like that, right? But they really locked in. They had a specific idea on what they wanted to do for certain rival themes, certain character themes, and some of them really, really just they hit, man. And it's an excellent soundtrack. I think it's a little undervalued, underrated perhaps. You don't really hear a lot of people talk too much about it in the scope of fighting game soundtracks, but BlazBlue delivered, man. So my question to you guys is, that's my 6 picks. What are yours? And if you don't know, take a listen, man. Just listen to some of the BBCF. There's playlists. You can find it all on YouTube. Check some of the BlazBlue music and just tell me what you like in the comments below and see how your 6 match up against my 6. I'm curious if some of my picks are some of you guys' favorites. And the thing is, if your 6 is completely different from my 6, that's okay. Because it's totally understandable, because this game had some great OSTs, man. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Everybody be easy.